I can hear you.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Happy Wednesday. Before we get into any questions, Coach just wants to say a couple words about the quarterback this week, and then we'll get to your questions.
First, I want to thank John Shipley for correcting his clock. He didn't think I would probably notice that, but
I was gonna bring it up to you.
Well, now I see I saved myself some time. So obviously, we've been remote these last 2 days, which is a little bit different for us as coaches, but not an issue with getting things done. So I talked to Jay and I spoke to Ben, and obviously we met offensively remotely on moving forward. What's the best, who gives us the best chance to win right now today? And so we're going to go with Mike Glennon. So, Mike will go into this next game, and, we just feel like he gives us the best opportunity, and thought he did some really good things last week, and, hopefully we can build on them and move forward.
Thanks, Coach. First question, Gary Smits.
Well, I was kind of hoping you call on some other people, but that's okay. I know you get some more questions about quarterback, Coach, but the one question I had was of the guys who have been out injured the last game or two or three, which ones have the best chance to come back on Sunday?
Yeah, well, I think I'll go through. How about I just go through like an injury update for everybody? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we can get all that.
All right.
Sidney Jones will be out there today in a limited role, so that's a good sign. DJ Chark and Chris Conley will be out there. Dari will be out there, running back, limited. I think Dakota will be out. Correa will be out. Obviously, Devon Hamilton we know about. Brandon Rusnick will be limited today. Avery Jones is designated to return, but he won't. I don't believe that he'll be out there on the side today. Shaq Quarterman is out there. He's full. Josh Jones is full. J-Dub, Jared Wilson will be limited. Linda has his normal scheduled day off. Eifert has his normal scheduled day off. Jawan is better, but we're going to keep him on the side today. He'll do a walkthrough in those situations, but just take some pressure off it so we get him ready to play. And obviously, Ellefson he's out.
Okay. And do you think you'd be more inclined in the next few weeks to maybe do some of those things, such as an onside kick, going forward on fourth down in different situations other than maybe fourth and a foot, without revealing everything you're going to do? But do you think you will be a little bit more loose in decision-making and more prone to take some chances?
I think, week to week it changes, because sometimes, you feel good or you feel like there's a good opportunity where you can maybe take advantage of something. Sometimes I think that, so we look at that hard during the week. We always have things in all different phases of what we do. And then I think the other part that comes into play is sometimes, just the game management part of it, where, all of a sudden you don't have enough, if you're down and you don't have enough possessions, and then, you've got to figure out a way to either, keep possessing the football, which is the fourth down plays, or, trying to steal a possession here or there. So I think, that's my thought of how I, go into it, because, I try to make sure that I keep the game, in the players' hands, and I don't take that away from them. And that's one of the things I've known I've always believed in, my whole life.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
Thanks, Gary. We'll go to Mike Duraco.
Hey, Doug, the quarterback situation, is this going to be a week-to-week thing where you evaluate those guys and figure out which guy gives you the best chance to win each week, or is this Glennon's job for the rest of the year?
I just think it's tough to say. It's just like anyone, you guys have asked me before, hey, finishing the season. And everything in this league is day to day, week to week, and I think especially when we're having the season, that we're having right now, and we're trying to get ourselves focused on Minnesota to, for a win. So, I think it'd be naive of me to say, that every position, what I'm saying, has to play well, from week to week. And if we feel like someone else behind them can produce better or give us a better chance to win, and I think we'll go ahead and make that move. So I don't want to put it just on the one position. It's really all positions that we're looking at, being able to do that. Um, and that's the truth. When you go out there and you play well, you don't have to worry about it. You go out there and play poorly, and you've caused that. What your decisions, or what you've done. Assignments, alignments, missing tackles, or whatever it may be, or turning the football over. I mean, then obviously you're gonna be in jeopardy.
So will it be another weekly competition each week then too for the backup job from the same thing, or do you want to just stick with one guy this week that you already know who will be the backup?
Oh, I think we're working through that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many different things, that we're working through, with guys coming back, guys coming off IR, which is all good things. We have some guys going to IR, so we're working out all those situations. And when we get out on the field, we'll see how it goes during the week.
And just one more real quick. Does your emergency quarterback situation change week to week? And are you considering maybe a quarantine of one of the quarterbacks, at least in the wake of what's happened over the last couple of weeks?
We did discuss that. We actually did discuss that. Jay and I had that discussion. We feel really good about what we're doing from a protocol standpoint. So I think right now we'll keep it the way it is. And as far as we have an emergency quarterback, pretty much most of the year. But when that player was injured, then we had to go to other players. That's the only time we switched.
Okay. Are you okay with telling us who the emergency quarterback is?
Yeah, LaVisca.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to check.
I mean, we have to put that on sheets and that go to that everyone has. So that's not giving away anything.
Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks, D-Rock. Go to John Shipley.
Coach, what is it specifically about Mike that gives you guys the best chance to win with him as opposed to Gardner or Jake?
I just think that he's been there. He has experience. He showed that, he can protect the football. He showed that he can, make, throws, take shots, have some accuracy. So I thought he played well. And I think that, he's been practicing well, and he went in there and played well. And like I told him, I said, hey, we expect you to play better this week.
And then a quick follow-up, Coach. Gardner, with his thumb injury, is he where you guys want him to be in terms of his progress healing?
He's, according to the trainer, he told me he's full.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks, Chip. We'll go to Gene Fournette.
Hey, Doug, could you just give your overview on how some of the players who have gotten very little time and did get some time on Sunday fared? Guys like Josiah Scott, Luke Barku, Nathan Cottrell, people like that.
Yeah, I'll start with the last one. Nathan Cottrell, we've really liked on really special teams. For us, Gene, he gives us he has speed. And when we started to, when we lost, Daniel Thomas and started to lose some of our gunners, some of our guys that are disruptors on our kickoff coverage, we brought him up to the roster to be able to fulfill, those requirements that we needed, as far as the body type and speed. So, that's why he's come up and he's made plays. He has. He's he's going to make plays by, his hustle, his effort, his speed. So that's his situation. With Josiah and Luke, I think you saw at times where, they were in somewhat of a good position, but weren't able to make as many plays as you need to make. when you're out there playing, and it was the first time that they played. So, you hope that, you can see a great increase because, like I've always said, practice is fine. You can see those things, but it has to carry over into game day. So, I think they got their first taste of it. And I think anyone that has played, a real game, and I'm talking about my whole career, it's always interesting to watch how they come back, in the next one and the next one and the next one, because then I think you get a good feel of, how that player is progressing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Gene. We'll go to Hayes.
Hey, Doug. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Gotsis had 5 tackles last week. What are you seeing out of him in his play?
Yeah, I mean, he's been solid for us all year. I think that, he's been solid on his production pretty much all year. And I'm talking about from when he has the ability to make plays, Hayes, because sometimes you don't always get that opportunity. We manage him a little bit during the week. He takes a day, to keep him going. And like I said before, these because of some injuries, we have increased some of the snap counts, for some of the players. And, Adam's a guy that, he plays the big end for us, but, hey, we're looking to get things inside, looking to, see where we can get things because, fundamentally he's a good football player. He has good strength. He has good hands. He can play low. He can take on double teams. He can hold up versus, the tackles in the league. And, so I think he's been real solid for us.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Hayes. Gary, did you have a follow-up?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Coach. We'll see you at 12:15 for Coach Gruden.
Thanks.
Okay.